Hello. Today I'm using my webcam to this, so the quality is not that good. Hello. Internet, don't mess me up. Oh. I pray this Wi-Fi is stable. Please, please shut the door so that the noise doesn't affect me. Hey guys, hey Pam. Shut the door, shut the door. I'm working. Please say hello if you can hear me. I'm using my webcam today, so the quality is not that good. But ah, let's just manage ourselves like that today, please. Hi guys, if you can hear me, just send a message, please. Say I can hear you, Soti. Because we have a lot to talk about today. A lot on my mind. Hi Rachel. A lot is on my mind. I'm telling you. And I would like to hear from you guys as well. This is an important conversation that I thought that as opposed to just doing a video, we need to do it live so that um we can interact. Okay. Please leave me a thumbs up as well. Share this video. We're talking about the famous Hakimi, whoever this guy is. Trending gist online on Twitter and all these places today. Instagram, everybody's talking about it, all of that. And there's I don't even feel like talking about the legal side. I think I'll do the legal side in a sit down video. But just to gist and like let's rant as women, please, okay? So just share this video. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. Let's chat. Let me just share it to all my social media platforms while we wait for other people to come um and join us. Join us. Uh, who else is there? Say hello now before we start, guys. Please don't be shy. Don't be shy. I'm just coming back home. I filmed a day in my life today. I took the girls out. We're supposed to go swimming, but then the pool where we usually go swimming, they were cleaning it and they didn't give us notice. So we ended up just playing around, eating and all of that. So I just came back not too long ago. Then Jasmine is out with her dad. So I was just like, okay, the house is somewhat quiet and I have a bit of time. So let me just do this video. So yeah, again, let me just share it to my Instagram and then we'll just start. Yeah. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hey, Auntie Wale is here. This is my auntie, the only Auntie Wale I have. The love of my life that we always used to quarrel, small quarrel, small quarrel. But I can never have another Auntie Wale. If I need anything, I'm saying it publicly so Auntie Wale will hear. If I need anything, if I'm going through anything, if I'm in danger, I'm in problems, I'm in trouble, the first five people, Auntie Wale is part of the people I'll call. So thank you, Auntie, for always being reliable. Thank you for always being there for me. If I've not said thank you before, thank you. She's always supporting me. She's always sharing my videos, watching my videos. Like literally, you need an Auntie Wale in your life. Let me just tell you, my mom's sister. I'm so grateful to have you in my life, Auntie. Thank you. All right. Um, Hi Abby Crystal TV. Hi. Okay, so I think we can start. So I was just saying that I'm sharing to all my social media platforms so that we can Can be a lot. It can be a lot. So please, just a few rules. I know that this is going to be sort of a controversial video in terms of the strong opinions I might have and other people might have. So let's just keep it respectful. I'm going to be once I just do like the brief introduction, I'll just put a link for anybody that wants to contribute or give their own opinion or anything like that. This is a free, like, let's chat, let all of us be involved kind of live video. It's not one of those my random ones where I just came to look at people's faces. I'm not prepared. This one, I want to talk about a few things, okay? So let me start with a story that happened when I was much younger. When I first of all, sorry, hold on. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I beg you. Um, why is my sister calling me? My sister is calling me. Okay, just hold on, guys. Hello. I'm live on YouTube. Please go and join the live. Don't call me on FaceTime. Go and comment there. They can see you. They can see. Oh my God, no. Can they see me? I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Please go and join the live. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Bye. All right. Yeah. Sorry, I got lost. What was I saying? Hi everybody. Hi Uju. Abby says it's her first time here. Hi, thank you for joining. Hi Uju Talk Show. Everybody's I like talk show people, so people can be giving us like opinions and stuff. So yes, the topic we are discussing this evening is the whole Hakimi, whoever he is. I'm not even interested in the guy's name, but apparently he's a football player that plays for PSG, I think. And the general gist, to tell you the truth, I've not even dug into the story. I just saw the headlines and the reactions. Okay, so if you want to fill me on the backstory, if I missed anything, then please do. But the general gist is that he got married to a 31-year-old woman when he was 19 years old, and then which we have to talk about, because to me, I feel that's predatory. You have no business. If he was 21 and you were 35 or something like that, that makes a lot more sense. But a 19-year-old, just 1 year shy of 18 years old, I don't think you should be marrying anybody, man or woman. If a man did that, oh, he's a predator, oh, he's a rapist, oh, he's a child, what do they call them, and all of those things. So I don't think women should be excused. And we've seen a lot of women do this, like prey on younger men. We've seen it. Older women, teachers. Like there's this celebrity that married his teacher or something like that. I think even the French president, don't quote me, but we've seen things like this. And I don't think that is okay. It's legal because the age of adulthood, at least in Nigeria, the Child Rights Act says the age of adulthood is 18. So at 18, you're considered an adult in the eyes of the law. So you can get married. You can't get married. But I feel like morality, conscience, and the law are completely different things. That's where people kind of get it mixed up sometimes. That the morality of things does not, because something is immoral does not mean that it's illegal. So it's legal to get married at 18, but is it moral? Is it okay? Is there not a power dynamic here? Is there not some sort of control and manipulation involved when the age gap is like that? 12 years age gap is not the problem. It's the timing or the position of the age that is the issue to me. So that's the first issue that I saw, that why would a woman that age even go around that? What are you looking for in that age group? Like, what is the issue? What are you doing there? That was the first question mark there. Then the next thing I saw was that the man, I mean, they got divorced shortly after they got married, right? And because he was accused of rape and some other indecent sexual harassment kinds of things. I don't think it was one incident from what I was gathering. Like, it was several, like, other things had been happening, and then she filed for divorce and all of that stuff. And in filing for divorce, in asking for the separation of the marriage, she went ahead to ask for 50% of his property of or his assets. Okay. Now, I don't really know much about American law or Nigerian or UK law or wherever he's from, the kind of law that is involved there. But typically, when there's a separation or when there's a divorce happening, any party can ask for, especially the petitioning party, the party that is asking for divorce, can ask for spousal support, can ask for child support, can ask for some kind of alimony. They also call it alimony. So that's payment every month and all of that. It's within their rights. Depending on how much you ask, you can ask for 50%, you can ask for whatever, But I know that there are some countries that say, oh, the division of assets should be based on what you bring in. Okay, what do you bring into the marriage is what you take out of the marriage. Some countries say, oh, what did you contribute inside the marriage? Because they started seeing instances of women who, I know when I was doing law, my second degree, my first law degree, so in the UK, I know there were cases where there was a recurrence of women losing out when there was separation, like divorce in the marriage, because a lot of women are housewives, a lot of women are domestic, a lot of women are they are working mothers but also working in the home. So how do you measure the working in the home? Because a lot of the time a man will buy property and say, oh, I was the one that built the house, oh, I was the one that was paying the mortgage, I was the one that was doing this. But what of the groceries the woman was earning and buying? What of the upkeep for the child? What of the things that she was doing in the house that are not measured financially? How do you now measure it? How do you say that she came with only 10,000 naira and she should leave with only 10,000 naira? So that's kind of like where equity now came in, like, right? And the law was now trying to say, this is me paraphrasing, this is not I'm not giving you case law, I'm not giving you exact citations, but that was what the law started noticing, that we must also make room for women who contributed in ways that are not measured financially. Okay, so that's where equity came involved. And you now started seeing things like, oh, they will still give 50%, they will give 20%, they will say, oh, you must every month, you must pay for the upkeep of the child, of the this, of the that. You can't just siphon women out of it. Like a woman spends 20 years building with you, 10 years building with you, like building with you, because she does not have receipts to the money she paid for, let's say, a bag of cement or something. You say, oh, she didn't contribute to the house because your own name is the name on the document. Women, let's put a point here now. Let's just put the point here now. Okay, in 2023, you have no business building with a man that you cannot trust. First of all, a man that you cannot trust. First, that's the first thing. If you can't trust your spouse, if you are married to somebody that you can't vouch for financial, like literally there are secrets in the marriage, financial secrets in the marriage, you're as good as done, because you have no idea. You don't even know what is happening. Okay. That's the first thing. The second thing I would say is 2023 again. If you are building with someone, protect yourself financially, because the person might be a good man, the person might be a good spouse, he might be a good whatever the case may be, but um what do they call it? The person might be a good man, or a person that is, you are secure with you are secure financially. But if something happens to him and he is not financially legally literate, does that make sense? I don't even know the English I'm speaking. That he didn't protect you guys' assets legally. There's no will. The property, you're not his next of kin. There's no evidence that you contributed to anything in the home. You did not put your name on the deed, on the property deed, or anything like that. There was nothing like that. Okay, if that is the case, you are in trouble, because the man might be a good man, but if you're not legally backed, the first person that files letters of administration, the first person that has a death certificate, the first person that has whatever, can have control over you. I'm not saying there are no ways around it, but these things happen. These things happen. So it's 2023. Please, first of all, don't be entering all this. I want to marry, I want to be Mrs. Somebody, I am marrying your enemy. First of all. First of all. Secondly, please, I think I've said this several times on this channel. Any video I'm doing about divorce or custody or whatever, or separation, I always talk about protecting yourself financially. Okay, I'm always talking about protecting yourself legally. Any document, any property you buy together, if you are contributing bag of cement, if you are contributing whatever, keep the receipt too. It will be so funny to you that you're keeping receipts. But I remember there was a case where this woman clearly built this house with this man. Like, they built the property together. They built the house together. The house they were living in, for years. They built it together. I'm digressing, but I'll come back to the initial point. They built the house together. Time, the man passed away. All of a sudden, the brother came. The first, I think it was the first son or the second son or something else, came and said, oh no, that he's his brother's next of kin. And so he has a right to the property. Okay, madam, now show evidence. She didn't have the deed was in his name. The next of kin is her husband's brother, and the truth is that next of kin is not even, it's not that deep, but it's deep, because next of kin usually is like some of the decisions they default to the person. So you don't always have to be next of kin, but it's better that you are next of kin, if that makes sense. I'll talk about this in a video. I actually wrote some of these things down to talk about. But this man now, that next is next of his brother is next of kin. Your name is not on the deed, but you built with this man. They say, okay, at least bring us receipt. Like the court could see that this woman, because everything the man did, like he didn't hate her, like he catered for her, he took care of her, but he just didn't put her in these financial things, because I'm sure village people have told him, no, is your brother. Your brother now is a man. You cannot give a woman property. It must be the man, the next in line in the family to take care of the home and blah blah blah. So he put the name in the home in his the house they're living in the brother's name, or whatever the case may be. And now the brother is trying to kick this woman out, and she has no single receipt of anything she bought, nothing she contributed. There was no evidence, and the court is not a magician. You cannot pull out from where there is none, if that makes sense. You cannot dig out from what you have not seen. The court is, they literally say, it's like the court is not a magician. So please, keep the receipt. It's not that you don't trust your husband. It's evident. Keep everything you contribute. Protect yourself financially. At the beg honor, because when the thing will burst, it's not always a bad man. Sometimes it's a bad family, or opportunistic family members, or crazy family tradition. Because sometimes the people that are doing these things, they are doing it based off of tradition, okay, what they've seen, what has happened in the past. Or in our community, women don't own property. In our community, if your husband dies, the children come back to the family. So the children of the marriage are not your children, they are his children, and it's the family's children. And so the family now owns these kids. And the only way you can get your children back, I think I talked about this in one of my live videos recently, is the only way you can get your children back is if you marry a son of the family. So you are not going to marry one of your husband's brothers. That's the way you can get your I mean, and now I know the law has corrected some of these things and said that these cultural practices are repugnant, contrary to natural justice, and they are basically illegal and should not be happening. But how many people even know that the court have said this? How many people, me and you are talking, we have access to internet, we have access to social media, we are getting enlightened and all of these things. A lot of people don't have internet. A lot of people they don't know what is going on. So people in the rural areas, the villages, are stuck with some of these ancient practices. Anyway, let's really bring it back in. Let's bring it back in. So apparently this woman met this man, they got married. Whether she was a gold digger or not, I don't think it's material to this situation, because first of all, we don't know the details, we don't know the intricacies of their relationship, we don't know. So it's not that I'm supporting. First of all, I've already condemned the woman. You had no business marrying a 31-year-old man had no business marrying a 19-year-old boy. He's a boy, let's just say that it's a boy. He had no business being there. But I'm not condoning, I'm not supporting her now. But whether she was a gold digger or not is immaterial to me. You married somebody, what you would do, instead of what he did, what you would do is have a prenup. You sign a prenuptial agreement and state the terms of the marriage. If you know that you are a celebrity, if you know that you need to protect your assets, if you know that you're going into a marriage and you have financial power, no matter how much you love somebody, things might happen. So you sign a prenuptial agreement and state all the terms. If there's infidelity, this happens. There are people that say if there's infidelity of the marriage, you get nothing from the marriage. So people go and hide. They do extreme like G.I. Joe just so they can go and cheat on their partner, so that the partner does not find out. You've seen it now. The partner does not find out, so that they can still divorce and still get something out of the marriage. You sign a prenup, and that's okay. That's very much legal. But to say that this woman within her right, because she was within her rights to ask for assets in the marriage, whether you built with somebody for 1 year or 3 years or 4 years. If you look at your marriage, I'm talking to people that are married. In a year, you could have contributed a significant amount of something to your marriage. People that are saying, oh, they only married for 3 years and she's asking for half. She can ask for half and the court will give her 10% or give her 20% or whatever. But you cannot say that in the years that things were good, in quote, because again, we don't know the intricacies. This is just like a case study. You cannot tell me or me that she did not contribute anything to the marriage. Cannot tell me that even the child, I think she had a child, the child of the marriage was nothing. I mean, her body, her child, she reproduced for this man. You cannot tell me that she doesn't have a right to some of the assets. No, okay. So long and short of the story is that she sought for 50%, I think, and upon discovery, it's like, oh well, I don't have anything in my name. Everything I have is in my mother's name. When I heard this, I say, how is it possible? Women, you cannot be naive and be in love and not know what is going. How is it even possible? Like everything he owns, he may have. Do you know that the funny thing? I think I'm not sure. I don't know. But something is fishy here to me because I'm wondering, when did this start? Did you not have other girlfriends in the past? Is it because of this woman you decided to do this, or what? I don't understand. I don't understand. It's a bit confusing to me. It's a bit confusing to me. So anyway, the point is, he sha did not have any money, and his mother is the one that is on his documents and everything. This is why I say people should be open your eyes, because it can happen to me and you. It can happen to anybody. I've seen situations where people put the property of their kids, of their lifetime in their children's names. I've seen when they put it in brother's name. I've seen when they tied it to their company name. I've seen when they put it in like a trust or whatever, and there are rules, and the bank is in control, and things like that. There's so many things that people do, right? There's so many things that people do. But I can imagine the shock she was experiencing when she realized, even if it was a plan. See, I say even if she was a plan, even if it was deliberate, even if she was a gold digger, she shall put something inside this marriage. You can't tell me otherwise. You can't tell me otherwise. You should know where the documents are. Sis, you cannot tell me you don't know where your landed documents are. You cannot tell me you don't know where the password of your in fact, it should be both your names. You should be having accounts. You should be having all these things. Anyway. So the long and short of the story is that she don't get money. She didn't get money out of the marriage. She didn't get anything. I think the matter might still be in court. I don't even know, because you never know what the law will say and what the court will say. But the thing that triggered me is not the fact. It's not this story that triggered me. It's the response from Nigerian men. That is what triggered me. That's what is making me do this life. It's not necessarily what this woman and this man did, because I don't know them and I don't really care about them. I even think that they are weird. I mean, everybody in this situation, I think something is wrong with them, because you marry a 19-year-old man, the man say, okay, he's a mommy's boy to the max, mommy's boy pro max. My mother owns everything. What if your mother goes and buy? What will you start doing? What will you do? Do you know that there's a situation there? Okay, let me not go jump ahead. My mom was telling me gist. I'll tell you guys about it. So before I continue, the thing that triggered me now is Nigerian men. And there was a post. Let me open it here, because let it not be that I'm talking from my bum bum. Like, there was a post I saw that I say, "Are you mad?" Okay, I don't know if you guys cannot see my screen. Oh God, I don't know if I can. Is it possible to share pictures? I don't know. When I say your wife, okay, let me just read it out. When I say your wife is not your family, they think I'm being funny. But the fact remains that your wife is not your family. The only female, underline female, because these niggas, these guys, when they want to diss women, they will write female. Hey, God, let me drink some water before I start getting angry. Please, I'll read comments in a bit. Let me just streamline my thoughts, because if I start reading comments, I would forget what I'm saying. Okay. When I say your wife is not your family, think I'm being funny, but the fact remains that your wife is not your family. The only female, in caps lock, please put it in caps lock, the only female that can write for you is your mom. Your mother. Based on this your useless stupid logic, your mother, is she your father's family? Is she not a stranger or a property or whatever you think you are saying? The only female that can write for you is your mom, sister, and daughter. And these are the only female that should matter. Hey, Nitoriolo, come. You guys, I was remembering my family's days. If it was something in 2008, 2009, 2010, I would not write think piece. I would have done a blog post. I just saw this thing. I started breathing hard. I was just like, God, you can't be serious. You can't be serious. And I feel like these men, every 20 business days, because this particular conversation, it doesn't come up often, but it comes up every year, at least every year. Somehow they recycle this thing and they keep saying, and you people are still married to this men. People are still, some of your boyfriends are here talking this rubbish. And I say, you know. See, women, I am a strong advocate for women's rights. I went to school for it. I do it for a living. My passion is in women and empowering women and encouraging women. You cannot be a mom because you say you want to get. You can't. You can't afford this. You can't. Look at what a man is saying. And it was not one man. It was not two. It was a significant number of Nigerian African men on Twitter, on Instagram, Facebook. I'll put Facebook for the first time in a long time. Like, I just share my YouTube videos to Facebook normally, like just to share in case there's somebody there. I share all my videos when I put my videos to my different social media accounts. So I just shared it as per, okay, let me what's it called? Share the video. And I saw a post as I was like living there. If you say your wife is your family is, I say even Facebook. The things that were, I was just rubbing my head like, this can't be real life. This cannot be real life. This cannot be real life. How can you say? So you are procreating with people that don't consider you a human being, because if you left your mother and father and all that you are, you left your identity. See why marriage, sometimes I say, so when people say marriage is a disadvantage, I don't blame them for saying that, because you left your mother, you left your father, you left the comfort of your family, you left everything that you know, you left your identity. They say you must drop your last name. I remember the issue that I had because I did not want to leave my last name. Let's not get too deep into my personal life. Last name matter. Oh, people were putting head. You see, because you're a feminist, and you should go. You leave your last name, your father's name, your identity, your bank, and the stress to change this name self is even very annoying. You would change bank, newspaper publication, affidavit of this of this. You wait how many days? It must be gazetted. It must be this, and every single document you have. Once you change that name, you must start changing it. Passports, this to do change of name for NIN. Oh my God, I know what I went through. So a man is not saying that all these things you've done, you've now come under him. You've left all you've joined with him to become one. And then that one is saying that it's not really real, that you are not considered anything. You're not part of his family. You are what? So what are we? What are we meant to these men? What are we to these men? What are we? Because women, we have to start fighting and start see. You need to start thinking. Hey, I don't know what to say again. I don't know what to say. Anyway, let me just read comments because you guys, mm-mm, mm-mm. And it's a prevalent thought. It's not just a random thing. It's what people have seen. And the thing I think, like what I kind of blame is the culture that we grew up in. A lot of our fathers, a lot of our grandfathers disregarded their wives. Oh, I even have a class. I forgot to know. I'll do the replay. A lot of our fathers, grandfathers, great grandfathers disregarded their wives, our mothers, grandmothers, great grandmothers, great grandmothers as human beings. It was a matter of, oh, you have come to produce food. You're a food factory. Your role is to cook for me. Your role is to, when I come back, nine, all those things, is the food ready? Okay, you have gone to you have gone to the farm, you have come back, you've cooked the food. When you cook the food is ready. After the food, the other room. After that, it's time to give birth to children. When the children are not coming, problem. When the children are too many and you are alone to take care of the children, problem. All sorts of things where we were relegated to. It's not even supporting role. If you say it's supporting role, or our mothers and the people that before us, if you say it's supporting role, you can kind of make sense that, okay, at least we're assisting the man. No, you were really relegated to procreation, basically. And domestic chores. That's the value that was. And they say, oh, she's a virtuous woman. She gave birth to 10 children. All her children this. So the men that watched this and saw it being passed down in refined manners, because our mothers are working, because our grandmothers had businesses and had companies, does not mean that he did not still go through some of these things, because it was not refined. Okay, now she can walk. Okay, now she can drive a car, but you cannot still go too big. You cannot just do this, do this. There are so many women, even till today, that will tell you that they don't have anything to their name, that their husbands don't consider them as building partners. You see situations where the husband will marry a woman, go out, sleep around, abandon the children, in old age will now come back and they will give testimony and just say, yes, what was lost has now been found. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Are you joking? Hey, God. So my theory is that the men we have today that are saying this trash, this rubbish, older and younger, that are saying this rubbish, are the men that were raised by these women that felt that it was okay to be relegated to the sidelines like this. I felt it was okay, to be like this. Before, men were not leaving property to their children, to their female children in times past, because female, in fact, to have a female child was almost like you have cursed a man. Let's be speaking facts now. To have a girl child was almost like a curse, because you wanted boys. You wanted to, what did they call it? Extend your family legacy. You wanted this. Women that had girls were ostracized. It's not too long ago. It's not too long. In fact, it still they happen. But now at least we are now understanding that, okay, the bearing of children is based, the sex of children is the burden on the man. Before they didn't know. So they were blaming women. Now that they are blaming men, people have now calmed down a little bit. But before, it was like, if you have a girl child, the girl child is useless. She can't do anything. And so a man in his right thinking mind, quote and unquote, cannot now leave his life's worth or life's work to his female child, because, okay, she's going to go and marry another man. So you cannot carry your property to another place. So she had no inheritance. Women had no inheritance, generally speaking. This is history. This is law. This is what has been said. It's not 2012. When did I do law school? 2012 or 2014? I think 2014, 2015, around that time, that the Supreme Court delivered a judgment, UKJ versus UKJ, just backyard, not up to 10 years ago, that said that it is repugnant and it must not be a situation where with children, female children must be allowed to inherit their father's property. It was not long ago. Before, there was no protection. So my father is a rich man. As I marry like this, I'm irrelevant. As I drop my last name, I am irrelevant. And now I go to that man's house, and that man is not telling me I'm not his family. I'm only there to provide food for him, sex, and children. That's the life we're living as women. So when people tell me that marriage does not benefit women sometimes, I'm inclined to agree to an extent. Because what's the benefit? I lose my body, my figure, my tummy is not like this. You be doing to wear trouser, you go they jump like you will be jumping like this to wear trouser. You will lose to have a child. People will say, oh, have children back to back. Do you know what it means to have children back to back? My daughter, my second child, is turning 2 in a few weeks, and it just occurred to me that I've still not gotten myself back. Sometimes I forget things, basic things I forget, memory and stuff I forget. Basic things I want to do with myself, I cannot do it because I must consider husband, I must consider children, I must consider this. Saturday that I say, okay, it's free day, let me just rest. No, mommy, I want to go to the playground. Mommy, I want to go swimming. Mommy, I want to do, like, you give yourself away. You give yourself away. If it's not knack, they will say, oh, she has lost herself. That's why I've gone to follow side chick. Oh, she's not giving it to me like this in the other room. Oh, she's not, every single thing. Every single burden, bam, bam, they've kept it here. The child is doing wrong in school. Oh, it's your child. This guy, it's your child. It's your child. What is it? Oh, you hire help. Oh, I watch a movie like this. You hire help. They will say, oh, you are lazy. You don't hire help. Oh, why can't you take care of your children? Like, where? Make it make sense. And you're going through all this thing because, oh, I love him. I love him. He's the love of my life. Blah, 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 blah. Yet your children are suffering. Yet your husband, the man that you are doing all these things for, because at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, is man you're doing it for, says you're not his family. So what are you actually doing it for? So what are you there for? What's the purpose? What's the purpose? So I would like to hear from you guys, but let me just read the comments because I've been talking for like 35 minutes. So please, before I continue, thumbs up the video, I beg, please. Thumbs up this video. Let me just read a few comments and sorry, I have a class. I'm receiving messages from the class. Ooh, okay, let me go up a little bit and see what you guys have been saying. Please thumbs up this video. Sorry, I had to just focus, streamline my thoughts because if I sidetrack, the ginger will just come out. The ginger will just go. Please thumbs up this video. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, okay. Um, okay. Hi, Nenka. Oh, this name is long. I'll just say Nenka. Nenka, please. Hi. Hi, Pam. Pam. Pam is my cousin. Very important. Yes, so this is an important conversation that we are having. Hi, Annie's Inside. Abby says, I think she went into the marriage with a plan to lay claim to his assets. Then he didn't trust her from the beginning. If you don't trust somebody, why are you marrying them? Do you know that I think part of it is even part of these issues is that the fact that we have lost the mystery of marriage, we've lost the idea of marriage. Marriage is just like you can enter now. You can. I mean, people are doing shows of 90 Days Fiance. People are doing shows with married with first sight. Married about married at first sight. You marry somebody you've never seen before. Um, there's this UK one, I've forgotten the name of it, and all of those things. So it means that marriage is no more sacred. It's no more. It's not what the Lord planned for it to be. It doesn't have the divinity anymore in it. It's just a regular thing. If you can open your eye, if you thought if marriage meant that much to you, you would have seen the red flags. If you don't trust her, you know she wants to lay claim to your asset, you know she's a god. Why did you now go ahead? Did anybody tie your leg? Especially the fact that this woman was much older. So perhaps maybe now let's actually think about maybe there was a bit of manipulation here or something here. I don't know. The marriage has a faulty foundation. It's obvious it has a faulty foundation. And Pam says, my sister's Pico, keep the receipts. Anything you contribute to your marriage, keep the receipts. I mean, keep the receipts, okay? Keep the receipt. Hello, Cynthia. How are you doing? Women should check documents of their spouse. I completely agree, 100%. You should know where it is. Apart from checking, you should actually know where it is. Check it frequently. Which bank does he have all the money in? There was a story I wanted to tell you guys before I even continue reading the comments. My mom was giving me this story where a woman, um, what did they call it now? Her husband, what's that happened? A woman, married couple, the husband fell sick. I think that's the story. I'm trying to remember the details. Husband fell sick and all of that stuff, but he was in like a um not necessarily vegetative state, but he couldn't respond, he couldn't talk. You know that kind of ventilator thing. He's breathing, he's alive, but he couldn't function. Now, hospital bills, money issues, asset. This man had enough money. She didn't even have the passport to. He couldn't use his thumb print. He couldn't lift his hand. He couldn't do anything. No password to the phone. He's alive. You're looking at him like you don't know anything. She didn't know where anything concerning money, anything concerning. Oh, I don't talk to my husband about money. He provides money every month. He's such a good husband. Oh, my husband is so caring. He provides every money month. I don't need to ask. When I just drop the bill, you don't know anything. You don't know what life can do to you. I remember when my mom was going in for surgery. My mom sent me the code to one of her places. That's when I knew something was up. She said, just in case, this is the code. If a mother can send to her child, why can't you send to your husband? Because my father also had it, just in case. At least two people have the information. And now nothing, you don't know anything. I know my husband's password, I know the bank details, POS, I know, ATM card. How can you not know? Then you're not married to somebody. There's a fundamental problem in the marriage. If you're married to a wicked person, if maybe you didn't see the red flags or you just entered marriage and things happen and then you can explain. But in that case, if you are that person, a woman married to a man, when you have realized that, oh, I made a mistake, and maybe you're not ready for divorce yet or whatever, you yourself start saving your own money, because when the kasala will come out, you will be shocked. You will be shocked that the hatred extends to. I was reading a story on one of these mommy blogs. I even had to delete the blog because I was frustrated. I unfollowed them because I was just like, so you can't keep consuming this rubbish. At work, you're consuming it. On social media, you're consuming it. At home, when you're discussing your husband about legal issues, you're still consuming this rubbish. It's okay. This woman gave her husband 500K or something like that. I mean, no. Is that the story? No, that's not the story. Her husband initially contributed 500K to her business. That's one story, but this is not even the story I wanted to talk about. I've forgotten the first one. This one was a recent one. 500K to start her business. She started the business started growing gradually, and all of that stuff. Next thing you know, his own business or whatever he's doing is not coming, he's not sharp popping like that. So she's always lending him money without him paying him back. Oh, I need 100K here, I need 50K here, I need this here. She keeps doing that. So one particular day, he now said, oh, please, babe, I need 150K. She was like, okay, send the person to the shop to come and collect 150K. Only for one babe to come to the shop and eye her, look her up and down, go straight to the cashier. Oh, Oga said I should come and collect 150K. Obviously, the woman knew something was up and went to go and meet the girl. Like, who are you? Called her name. Are you the one that he sent? Called him. Now called her husband. Who is this person? I give her the money now. Give her the money. She needs it urgently. So the husband had mind to send his side chick to come and collect money, because later the woman went to go and dig up and found out that it was the girl's birthday. So she needed birthday money. The thing is still scratching my head. You see, I'm rubbing my forehead. She needed birthday money to go and slay and post on Instagram. My baby did this for me. My baby came through. Oh, happy birthday to me. 150K that the man did not have. You're doing sugar daddy, but you don't have money. Because you contributed 500K to your wife's business, you think that you have a right to now come and start imposing yourself on the business. The woman refused, said no, she's not doing it. She's not giving the girl the money. And the girl left. Next thing, the husband said, oh, you messed up. You did this. And went and he went to lock her shop. He went to padlock the shop. That's one story. And she was not asking, did I overreact? Did I do the right thing? I said, you are all of you involved. God forgive me. God forgive me. I've not remembered the other story. The other story was a matter of the woman is a graduate. I'm coming to the comments. You guys just hold on, just keep commenting. I'm coming to read them. The woman is a graduate when she was getting married. She got married like right after graduating school. I think, or right after NYSC or something. When they say don't get married too young, people will say, oh, you are disturbing me. I married young and benefiting. Sometimes the experience of working on your own, experience of trying things gives you a bit of more confidence in the marriage, depending on who you marry. Now, that's another thing. So the man said, oh, instead of doing NYS and going to look for a job, why don't you come and work for the business? You agree to work for your husband's family business or the family business. There's no structure. They are not paying you salary. There's no room for growth. You're not a shareholder in the business. You're not even a director in the business. It's his younger brother that he put as director and something shareholder. The money doesn't come through you. You have no access to the account where the money is coming into. When customers come to buy from the business, you cannot even confirm that the alert has dropped because it's not your number that is on the account. It's either your husband or his brother. So who are you? What are you in this business? You have no job experience. You spent 10 years, 10 good years as a glorified sales girl. 10 years. Ah. Okay. Let me reading comments. So okay, let me even put the link in case anybody wants to what do they call it? Come and talk. You are free, or feel free to contribute. Let it not be only me talking. Okay. Hi Dorcas. Hi Ameye. Good evening. Thank you. Ameye Divine Onome. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. Hi Buena Ekuban. It's the response that triggered me. That's what, like, I'm like, these people can, I mean, that's their business. You both, they can do whatever they want, but it was pissing me off. You are correct. The wife didn't matter to them except for food and baby. Yes, it's food and popping babies. That's what we are known for. That's what we are known for. Those men train men who train men. Thank you. Oh my God, exactly. Or they even fail to train the men. The men, their children just watched. Their children just watched. That's it. Nigerian men have been so irritating on that app throughout today. I completely agree. It is irritating. It's very irritating to see such things as baby making and food factories. That's what that's, yes, that's exactly what we are considered, baby making factory. That's it. Oh, just to be popping babies, or have your babies back to back, or give birth back to back. Why didn't you give birth to a boy? Oh, the boy is not fine, it's a problem. Why are you fine as the husband? When the high pressures, Wendy says exactly, you trust your partner with your life but no money. It's not, it's, yes, that's, if that's the case, then there's a problem in the marriage. If you cannot trust your partner with money, there's a big problem in your marriage. And that's the truth. That's the God honest truth. That's true. That's what I believe, Sha. Anyway, hi Tony Babalola. Thank you for always commenting on my videos and like shorts and all of that stuff. um um Hi, Caroline. Some of these women get caught up in the glitz and glamour of Bola wives lifestyle and don't even consider things like this. They never think it will end. A good, a good, a good, a good, a good. Let me see. Abby says marriage favors the man more than the woman. A lot of men are no longer obeying the vows they took, cheating. Oh my God, you see this cheating thing, this cheating matter, this polygamy. Oh, monogamy is not a natural to men. I said it in one video, and my husband watched the video and was looking at me. I said, infidelity is a deal breaker for me, at least till this point. That's the standard. If you set the standard and maybe things happen, you can now, okay, know whether you forgive, you go for counseling, you work out, you find, do you get to do something else. But if your standard is that, oh, all men cheat, at least don't cheat in front of me, you are welcoming it. Anything you see, you take. Because that's the standard description of a lot of people engage in. I mean, that's the standard. Now English is failing me. Now wetin we dey believe be that. That is what we are accepting, that all men cheat, so it's okay. So it's okay. And you know the funny part, some of these men are cheating with their family members, as in they are leaving you as the baby making, keep making babies for them, let them be taking care of their children. That's if they are taking care of their children. Because these days, some of the men we are seeing now, you get reborn, it's you that will take care of the children. You'll be having more babies, thinking that the babies will change the man. Or if I have a child, maybe he will be better. If a man that was not responsible in relationship, the first year of marriage before children came, will never be responsible. Unless the Holy Ghost himself comes in. Because it's not you and it's not that child. Me that I'm afraid of my own children. Not even the other day, early today, I came back, I went shopping, I went to church to pray, then I came back, I went to market, I went shopping, I just sat in my car for like 20 minutes. I'm just like, so to get ready, I'm going to deal with the kids. I'm going to enter the house now and I'm going to hear, mommy this, mommy that. You now think that children, the responsibility, the burden, the stress, the further, even the joys, you think that these men, that a man that was irresponsible in the beginning will now all of a sudden somehow become daddy of the year overnight, husband of the year. He might even be a good dad, but you can't even be a good dad without being a good husband because you're affecting those children. The negativity on your wife, please, I'm speaking as a woman um um because I am, this is my perspective and I'm biased. That's it. If you're a man here, please let's open our own live stream and I will join you there so that we can talk about it there. But I mean, this is what I see. And it was the response from men that is triggering me anyway. All right, let me read more comments. Some of these women get caught up in the okay, I've read that. Sales girl. Yes, now she was a glorified sales girl. Now you are writing to mommy bloggers because you can't even talk to your husband and say, what am I in this? I spent 10 years here. If I was working in even if you're working in a civil service, they would have promoted you 2 times because it's every 3 years. It's every 3 years. At least your money would have increased. You would have been having pension. But you're working for your husband. You self did not dictate the structure. You did not dictate what you want in the marriage. You did not dictate. Let me be drinking water. I wish it was whiskey, but I'm off alcohol for a bit. You not dictate anything. You just decided that vibes and let's just be vibing. Eh, Abby says she was used as a bencher. Exactly. She's not even bench. My husband is back. I would never understand why these women get hundreds and thousands of dollars from these men. Hi. You have lollipop? Huh? Baby, do you watch me? I'm on YouTube live. Oh. Peace. You guys hold on, please. Thank you.
What's this stuff?
Who made you buy?
This madam now.
Jasmine.
Yeah.
Okay, now you know when you go out with children, she'll be picking things and picking things. What did you buy? Let me see. You guys, please hold on a minute too, I beg. Let me see what she bought. Okay. Peace. She's in the room. Has she eaten? Did she eat anything?
Oh.
Jasmine.
Speaking.
Why did you answer her now?
Yes.
You are even making me lose my train of thoughts. Okay, finally. I'm talking about Hakimi and Hakimi. What's your thought on the matter? You don't want to be quoted online. Papi K doesn't want to show. Jasmine, please now, please allow me. Go and eat your golden one in the room. Go and eat your golden one. Go and have dinner.
It's night.
Yes.
I see that in the night too. Mommy, please buy cereal.
Okay, I'll buy Cyrillac. I didn't see Cyrillac. Please give her golden one. Let her just eat and go to bed. Wow, so I see Caroline literally. Did you see did I have a choice in the matter? Did I have a choice in the matter? She just came pop. I just pray I don't wake up with strep throat tomorrow. Anyway, hi baby Aku. Hi, you guys. I was saying that if you want to contribute to, please come on. Don't be shy. Let's chat. You don't have to have your video on. It's okay. What are your thoughts on this subject? Have you experienced it? Are you a person who has dealt with it that made such a mistake? Such a I don't know situation and all of that. Please let me know. Please also thumbs up this video. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I read all the chats. The funny thing is that the chat on StreamYard is different from the chat on YouTube itself. Some of them are being hidden on YouTube. Okay, sometimes let's move the attention from the men. They only get to do what they do because we allow them. Again, this depends on the nature of your marriage. As I was saying, yeah, I agree with that. It depends on the nature of your marriage. And that's why I was saying earlier that if you set a certain standard, if the standard, a high standard, if your partner falls short of the standard, once, twice, I don't know, I'm not excusing anything, but I'm saying that it's a bit easier to if you want to decide on how you're going to deal with it. But if your standard if your standard is so low, bare minimum, you would accept anything, you will take anything. So that's why I'm talking to women, saying that you have to figure out how to be better for you. You have to figure out how to do right by you. You have to figure out how to protect yourself and your children, your future, your investment, your assets, and all of these things. You have to figure out before hopefully before the marriage. But if somehow is Lily Jane sleeping? If somehow you fall into this situation, then what do you do? Okay, let me read some comments. OCE says, I'm in this kind of marriage because my hubby listens to people more than me. He hides his phone with passwords and face ID. His brother is holding his documents. Don't want me to work, but guess what? I have password to his ATM unknown to him. You go, girl. You go, girl. You go, girl. Me, what I would tell you, and this is not professional advice, this is just personal advice. You guys, if you have advice for her, what I would say is go and find something to do for yourself. This YouTube, the money might be small. Like sometimes people think, oh, big YouTubers are making money. Some of these YouTubers that have 20K subs, 30K, even 50K subs are getting the same number of views as those of us that have 6K, 5K subs. And the money is not that much. Like there are some videos that randomly do well. There are some that you'll be getting $3, $4. But it's something. It's something. You don't have to leave your house. And a man cannot literally force you to do anything. If he says he should not work, that's his problem. No, I want to work. I need to earn a living because a lot of men are controlling like that. They want to keep you financially dependent on them so that you are remaining in that place. You don't grow, you don't move, you can't do anything for yourself. If you start working, you start posting online, you start doing whatever, drop shipping, Fiverr, and freelancing, whatever you're good at, start using social media platforms, e-commerce, all those platforms. Now today, today you don't need to leave your house to make money, man. You don't. But the problem we face, a lot of people face, is that if you have not worked for a long time, it's even hard for you. It's hard to now start getting jobs because sometimes we say, "Oh, go and get a job, go and get a job." If you've been out of school for 10 years, how do you explain a 10-year gap on your CV? That's why I actually also advise people to take courses for self-development. If you've been stagnant in a position, like maybe you've worked 10 years in one company and now you want to move on, apart from the experience in that company, you need to also show that you've developed yourself more than what your degree 10 years ago, if that makes any sense. So if you're not ready, or if you don't have the finances or whatever, if something is going on, go and take some classes. Right now, I said I'm in a course. I'm taking social media content creation, something with Daniel Ochuko. I've forgotten because I realized I cook for a living. I'm not a cook, I'm not a chef, but I cook for my family at least every other day. Sometimes it's almost every day because at least lunch, kids lunch, this one lunch, and everything like that. And the way my career is going, I might end up, I don't know, I don't want to be preempt myself, but I might end up in a way that food content is going to be my primary source of income, hopefully. So I want to be able to position myself and do the best I can to improve myself. How do I film? What's the best lighting? This is my gas cooker I'm using. Do I need to buy an electric burner and just use it like that? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do all those things? I'm also considering all of these things because I want to do better. I want to be better. I want to better myself. These courses don't cost too much. Everybody is a content creator now, but a lot of these courses don't cost so much money. 10K here, 20K here, you have done it. $5 here, $10 here, you've done it. Do you get? So I say that's what I will tell you to do. Better yourself. Start taking steps to figure out a way to make income. My advice is start getting yourself in order. Yeah, that's it. That's my advice. Start getting yourself in order and try to do better so that you can be better and you can get it. And the next thing I will also say is put it to God in prayer. If you're a praying person, the truth is that marriage is very spiritual. It's very spiritual. A lot of things are very spiritual. Deal with it in prayer. Talk to someone. If you can talk to somebody in your husband's family, if you're talking to somebody he respects, if you can talk to somebody, then also do that. These are the ways that I know that might help. Okay, talking to someone and all of that. But I mean, this is not a way to, I don't know. I see this a lot. I'm not in Nigeria, and that's the problem over here. My problem is language barrier. Oh, okay, you're in a foreign country. Though I was doing business before, but he shut it down because he insisted I pay school fees and food stuff, and I don't. And oh, he was insisting that you pay from the business, like the business that you were trying to do, school fees, and I don't. Wow, wow, okay, wow. Once you are married, one of the best solutions is to pray. Pray to know what to do and when to do. I agree with Enna Athena. I like your name, Athena. Um, that's I mean, that's the advice. Apart from every other thing you would do, you pray, and then you also um mm, do more. Please, who are these people? Who are these people that are coming here to be typing these things? I will just quickly block. Now that technically he has nothing, she now has to pay him alimony. I said I'm not really interested in the depths of their situation per se. I've not even read the facts. I don't really know much about this Hakimi, Kiniko. But what I was trying to say is the reaction of some men, the reaction of Nigerian men to this story is what triggered. And it's to let women know that the men that you are married to, the men that you are about to get married to, the men that your future children will marry, don't think you are family members, don't think you are worth anything. They don't think you have value only to have children and all of that. I don't That's where we are coming from. Otuzi King, there's no way you said marriage, you are insane. I just say most cases women are walking around with half his assets. Keep in mind. It's like you are just coming to this place. Please, how do they block people safe? Do I know how to block? I've never had to block somebody before. Exactly. See how men are happy. They started coming because hey, I will put user in timeout. Before I block you, let me put you in timeout. It was blocked for 5 minutes. I blocked him for 5 minutes. Hmm. So let me see. Yes, exactly. Caroline has said something important. Even if you're speaking to family members and all of that, be careful who you're speaking to. I completely agree because some of these people, hey, there's another gist. Oh God. And I feel so bad though that um yeah, these people's situation is gist. You guys hold on. Let me just check on just give me 1 minute. Let me check on the kids. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Sorry guys, my help is fairly new, so I don't like to leave um I like to still monitor what's going on. Okay, so yeah, I was saying this other gist of I don't remember their names, and it's unfortunate that it's gist. Do you get? It's unfortunate that it's gist, but the situation where the woman was married to her husband for 12 years, they were living in the States, and then what happened? She started suspecting things were going on, and then long story short, she was asking his family members, in fact, his mother he was asking his mother what's going on when somebody called her from Nigeria saying that, come, where's your husband? Da 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 da. Showed her pictures. They looked like pre-wedding pictures. He was like, oh, it's only birthday pictures, and he was wearing the same ashrabi, the same pink, the same everything. And she was still asking. The mother kept denying. Family members kept denying till she found out that he had been married for a whole year, a whole year to another woman. Mm. So I brought this story up. I wanted to talk about it before, but I felt like I shouldn't be part of the people making content out of somebody's unfortunate situation. But it's good for cautionary tales and just talk about it. When you are talking to say, when we say, oh, speak to somebody about your situation, Caroline is 100% correct, 110, 1000% correct, because generally speaking, family members will side their own before you. And that's the truth. Family members will always side their own before you. So just have that in mind. So unless you are in a good family, do you get you're married someone from a very reasonable family and all of those things, be careful. Maybe speak to your parents first, speak to your own family first. Speak to friends or pastors or counselor, go for therapy, something. But be careful when you speak to your partner's family. Be careful. Be careful. Because they deceived this woman. They welcomed the other woman. They welcomed the side chick that is now his second wife. In fact, the woman found out that the company that they had, that she thought they had together, it was in this side chick's name and her husband's name. Come on. Are you kidding me? After 12 years, okay, this babe's own is 3 years, and people are coming, it's 3 years, it's 3 years. She has no right. 12 years, uncle. That's an almost teenager. 12 years. And you couldn't just say, I'm tired of the marriage, let me get a divorce. You couldn't just say, I'm a Muslim or Yoruba or whatever the case may be. I'm permitted to have second wives or whatever the case may be. Nothing. And I'm sure that he married this babe, court marriage, because the man was talking about bigamy. So you're even committing a crime by marrying another woman. But you went through all this level of deception, and then his family members are getting angry at you for getting angry. Hi, Yakata. Hey, I don't vex so. I don't understand it. So please, we have to be very careful. I completely agree with what Karen is saying. And baby Aku is saying, especially here in Africa, the man's family hardly recognizes him as part of the family, but recognize the kids. Like I was saying, that's what I was saying earlier. You never know until something, that is exactly what I was saying earlier. They hardly recognize the wife. They hardly recognize the wife. In my own culture, in Calabari culture, they don't even recognize them. It's the opposite. They don't recognize the man until he has done the final ceremony called Iya, and that's really expensive. So a lot of people don't do it. So if you have not been Iyad, if you die, the children come back to your father's house. Calabari culture in River State, they are highly matrilineal. In one of my sister's wedding video, if you guys have been following me for a long time, when they were doing the bride price negotiation, it was only women. It's only women. It's women that will collect the bride price. It's women that will check the box for everything. The men, they're not there. You don't see men. You don't see men. Anyway, when you're going to involve the chiefs and all of that stuff. But in most cultures, apart from this, and I'm sure there are a few others like this, but in most Nigerian African cultures, generally speaking, marriage does even the leave to cleave that the Bible talks about. The Bible talks about is mostly the man, is mostly the woman that actually lives to cleave. The Bible said, oh, a man will leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife. Most times it's the woman that does the cleaving and the living. There was one I talked about, a video I did recently where the husband was like, I think maybe angry that I don't even know why he behaves that way, but that one of the conditions for him to provide for his children and blah 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 is that she cannot move back to her parents' house. She must rent a separate apartment. Why? A man that deliberately alienates you from your family, from all that concerns you, from friends, from well wishers, a man that deliberately does that, it's a big red flag. We are digressing now, but it's a big red flag. Tony says you are good at narrating. I missed the live. Please, no. Am I really good? When I think I'm better. No, I'm still on. I think I'm better at live videos, gisting than I am at sit down videos. Because when I'm sitting down, I look at the time. I'm trying to be conscious. I speak so fast, and so the thing is just sometimes I film the video, I'm like, hey, I forgot this point. Oh, I forgot this. Just because I don't want the videos to be too long. So mm, yeah, so no. The live, we're still here. We're still here for a bit. I think we have about 30 minutes or so. I don't know. Today is Saturday, tomorrow is church, but we have some time. If you guys want to chat, I don't know why nobody wants to say anything, please. So, Priya, my sister, family members, Caroline, you need to join the chat. Come and say something. You put that here. Baby Aku, join. I want to hear your voices. It's nice to hear somebody else's voice apart from my own now. Come and say something. Come and say something. And the kind of entitled, oh my god, entitlement. I'm lucky that I have not experienced that in my marriage. So I married a family that, you see the way they love me. I can guarantee you that if something happens in my marriage and I call my mother-in-law, in fact my father-in-law, wahala good day. Like no, they genuinely love me, and I've been blessed in that way. I'm married from a family that really cares about me, really cares about me. So and my kids, like they love, like yeah. And then I have a strong, I'm a very family oriented person, so I have a strong family too. So I've not experienced it. So when people talk about it, or when I talk about it from what I've seen or heard, or in the case of work and stuff like that, but I have not experienced it myself. you know, Entitlement from family. Sometimes it's even the woman's side that is entitled. Oh, you married her daughter, so you take care of her remaining siblings and you do all of those things. So sometimes these things, this entitlement, and that's a point to actually talk about. These expectations from extended family actually push people to be some kind of way, right? Because you are carrying the burden of an entire family, you feel like you are their savior, you are financially providing for them, blah 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 blah, and all of that stuff. So you now start acting some kind of funny way. That is what, it's not an excuse, but it's the thought process for a lot of people. So if you make a man your all and all, in the sense of like, providing for your family, taking care of your siblings, taking all the financial load, your parents, your grandparents, everybody, your husband is the one paying for. Of course, there might be some resentment from time to time, but does that mean that you deliberately hide all the property, you hide all the income, you go behind the partner's back and put property in the child's name or in children's name or your brother's name and stuff like that? Does that mean that you should do that? I don't think so. What you should do in that kind of situation is have a conversation with your partner. And this is why sometimes communication is a big problem for a lot of people. You can't talk to the person you are married. I can't do this. It's too much for me. There's no men, there's no kind of ego, I think, that should not allow you not be able to tell your partner that this burden is too much. At least right now. At least right now, I can't take, only me cannot take all of this. Let's look for how we'll reduce it. Maybe we'll take one child at a time or whatever the case may be. Or I can't do it at all. Or you, are you earning money? You self take care of your siblings. Or other people should take care of them. It's not your partner's responsibility. Let's talk about that, because a lot of African Nigerian women are good with that. Parents send the first daughter out so that she will marry a rich man. The hope is that they will marry the first daughter a lot of the time, or at least any available daughter, but usually the first daughter, to a rich man, most times older man that might even be horrible to her, so that eh? This was an old one now.
Yeah, but this is
Okay, I didn't know.
no, I mean, I'll for it.
Okay. I don't forget what was I saying? Okay, they marry off the older one to a somewhat rich man in the hopes that um the person will not be financially responsible for the family. That's abuse. That's abuse to me. That's abuse. And sometimes these children, they just turn 18, they just turn 19. Oh, he will take care of your schooling, he will train you in university. So if a man is the one that trained you from university till masters, till this, till this, till that, how is it not your daddy? Who's your daddy? That's the reasoning of a lot of people. And so because they are that way, there's no partnership in the marriage anymore. It's more of transactionary, it's more of servant master, because it's your master, it's your god. Why is Jasmine disturbing you like this now? Please put water for me. Put this one in, put cold
You know,
water.
like big sugar guys.
No, you see not in that place where the whiskey is. It was there. Oh, that's the last time I saw it. So yes, guys, that's these are my thoughts on this situation. I don't really have too much more to say. I was just really triggered. I wanted to talk to you guys about it. I was hoping that more people would want to talk to me too about it, but it's like people don't want to say anything to it. It's not nice. It's not nice. These are the opportunities I have to talk to you guys and share my thoughts and hear your voices and all of that. It's not nice, so you should try. Try for me. I'm pleading. I'm begging. Let this life not end without one person not saying anything. Eh? But thank you for the commenters. Thank you for thumbsing up. Thank you for everything, you guys. This my channel has got is moving to the permanent side. I'm so grateful. No, just from here. Cold water from here. The dispenser. Yeah. So I don't remember what else did I want to talk about. So yeah, basically the point summary of all these gist. If you're just coming, we are talking about how some Nigerian men see their wives are not their family. They are basically placemats, table mats for them, and how women we need to do better in ensuring that we position ourselves in a way that the family respects, thank you, our value. The family values us and respects what we bring to the table. Because you bring a lot to the table, even if you're not working, you bring it. Do you know childbearing is a lot? Childbearing is a whole. That's why I think that somehow, if you are a stay-at-home mom, you should be asking for salary, monthly salary. Apart from family upkeep, apart from upkeep, apart from upkeep for the house, as in to buy toiletries, groceries, all those things. No, sir, you should be paid somehow. It's a job. This holidays period, I've seen Shiggy. It's a job. It's a job. I know that's not common in a lot of Nigerian homes, but I think if you start speaking, it becomes common because what we are taking as common is what people decided to do back in the day, and we're accepting it as it's fine. But no, we should ask for stipend, structure, salary that every month this is what you're giving to me as payment for my job. And that way you can save. That way you can start running your business. That way you can do whatever you're doing. You have a source of income. You don't need to call him. If you're calling him for food in the house, you shouldn't also be having to call your partner to buy sanitary pad, to buy new underwear, to buy basic things for yourself. No, that's what brings down the respect. Because it's like without me you can't do anything. No, 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 no. If you say I'm staying at home, you say I'm not going to work, you're going to pay me, or I go and get a job and give your children to help or crash. Have a voice. Have a voice. Strengthen your voice in your marriage. You're not dumb. You're not a placemat. You're not property. You're not an immovable. You're a human being. You're a human being. We're a human being. We need to do better as women. We need to actually do better as women. We need to do better as women. Me, I'm talking like this because I had a lot of education. I saw a lot. I had a lot of experience, especially with work. So I didn't come. Sometimes I even forget these things, actually. Sometimes because the way we have been conditioned, I've been conditioned to see and behave like men are doing us a favor by marrying us. Okay. Switch off the lights. Okay. No, no, no. Let them go to bed. It's already 8 o'clock now. When you're done, I'm doing this thing. Miss Peace will stay with you. Go to bed, Jasmine. Oh, that can somebody remember what I'm saying? These children, I want them to sleep so they'll stop disturbing me. Jasmine, come and say good night. Okay, bring the Jane. They're about to go to bed, guys. Sorry. At least I'll have like 20 minutes more to talk before we go. So we need to do better. We need to do better. I was saying that sometimes I forget because we're conditioned. Women, oh, I'm getting married. Oh my God, I'm getting married. So excited. Like, I'm not a married man. Now I'm not a Mrs. Now I'm now somebody's woman. I'm now a kept woman. But you have a responsibility to yourself, to family, to the kids, to the future that, okay, I must position myself in a way that I mean something. I bring something to the table. I am part of something. We are building something together. Not you are building and I'm just there looking as a spectator, as an outsider because I can't talk, I can't say anything, I can't do anything, I can't be no, no, no. I don't subscribe to that. I don't agree with that. Hey Janie. You guys, Jasmine cut Lady Jane's hair today. She took scissors from the kitchen. How she got the scissors? And I was washing it. I just washed it and kept it aside to rinse. Yes. to rinse. And next thing she cut off. Where did she cut the hair? Which part of the hair did she cut off? The tip. Thank God it was just the tip. Say hi, guys. Say hello. Say
No,
hello.
no, no,
No, no, no, no, no. Why are you saying no? The Jane is turning too soon, guys. Say hello. What are you pressing? She's typing. Are you typing? You guys say hello to my cute daughter. Huh? I can't believe I'm somebody's mother. I cannot believe how to treat her. All right, good night, guys. The Lord bless you. The Lord be with you. Let His face shine upon you and give you peace. All right, good night. All right, she'll stay with you. All right.
Good night to the daddy.
Take her.
Good night, daddy. Good night, daddy.
Good night, Daddy.
Good night, daddy.
Good night, Jazzy.
Good night, daddy.
Okay, oh, bye bye. Mm. Whew, I forgot what I'm saying. You guys help me now. Okay, I'll stop begging. I should have respect now. I beg. If you don't want to talk to me, I'll not talk to you too. Mm. Oh shit! I just poured water on my laptop. Mm. Sorry. Okay, guys. So yeah, I think that's the live. Oh, that's it. Oh, I don't have much more to say. Just don't forget who you are because you are married now. Don't forget who you are because you are somebody's wife. Don't forget who you are because you are now a married woman. You were somebody before the marriage and you are still somebody after the marriage because marriage ends sometimes. It ends, divorce happens, death happens, sickness happens, life happens. So a marriage can end. Because we always think marriage is till death do us part. Yes, sometimes death happens, and then what happens after that? God forbid. I pray Jesus comes before each of any of us dies, like me and my husband dies. But it happens. There's sickness, there's infidelity, there's a lot of stuff, financial issues, pressures. We don't pray for it, we don't look forward to it, but it can happen. So who are you outside of your marriage? Who are you outside of this thing, Mrs. Somebody? Who are you? So when we have these conversations, I think that when men say these things, you know who you are, you know what you bring to the table, you can address these things, and you can easily make a decision. Because if you are stuck in a situation where you're not valued, you can say, okay. And I hope that those of you that are not married yet that are watching this live, please, the worst thing to do is spend time. The worst thing to do is spend time praying in the marriage for something that you could have avoided but not marrying the person. Do you know what it means to pray to change someone? It's divine intervention that can rescue a situation, that can turn a situation around, that can be better, that make a situation better. It's divine intervention. Only God can do it. Right? So how long are you going to sorry dears. How long are you going to pray? Are you going to spend a good portion of your marriage praying? Because that's what a lot of people have done. They spent a good portion of it's here. Jamie was opening it to put on the light. Spend a good portion of your marriage praying instead of enjoying your marriage and having a better marriage. Like, who does he help? Who does he help? The best time of the day. Karen said, best time of the day to do what? Okay, he said, oh, he has rhymes on so loud. Okay, I see. I see. Sorry, kids. Yeah, this is just what I have to say. Oh. I don't have much to say anymore. I even thought I'll talk for longer, but that's the point. Don't forget yourself. Don't lose yourself. Don't because I want to stay married, because I want to get married, ignore giant red flags. We're talking about a couple recently, me and somebody else. The red flags are glaring. Even strangers can see it, but because you have printed cards, you told people that you're getting married and all of that, you still want to go ahead and get married. And it's just like the handwriting on the wall is clear. Why? But you're like, it's do or die. If I don't die here, I'm not doing it. And then later on, who is going to be responsible? Who's going to take responsibility for when your husband tells you that you are not his family? Or when he tells you that the only people he cares about are his children, that there's no provision for you in the whole thing. When he was going to work, when he was hustling to make the money that he's making now, who was with the kids? Who was there? Who was supporting? When he works a long day, you come back, he comes back home, there's food in the house, there's food on the table, you've gone to the market, you've gone shopping. Who did it? Let's leave that one. The children that he's even taking, you're talking about, who bore them, who carried them for 9 months plus, because it's not actually 9 months, almost like 10 months. Who carried them? Is you. Sometimes sef, there's no money in the house. There were some things your kids want. We do that. I learned this from my mom sometimes. Maybe the things like I've been given, like let's say I've been given 10 naira to do shopping for the house, but now Jasmine wants to buy something else and it's not in the. I'll bring out my own money. How many times have our grandmothers brought out their own money to give us to do things, and yet you say the woman is not family. She doesn't contribute anything to. She doesn't bring anything to the table. You should not consider her. Only your children and your mother. And this is also why I think mother-in-laws have audacity sometimes, the bad ones. Because again, like I said, I've not experienced it. What I see sometimes is the audacity that we have given. There's only mothers that have value. Wives don't have value in African homes. So mother-in-laws can come and be atrocious and do some kind of things, and they will be excused by their husband, by their sons rather, because they see their mother as family, but not their wife. Like this is the reality. You see your mother as your family, but not your wife. My mother carried me. My mother can never disappoint me. So she's coming to cause trouble in your homes. Good marriages that could have survived and done well and thrived. You allowed your mother come in, poison you, poison your marriage, then leave. And then you start being wicked to your wife. You start keeping secrets from your wife. You start looking for another wife somewhere else, or girlfriend that will be satisfying you. Abandon, neglect a woman that married you because she loved you, or she thought that she would be a good husband, or she whatever reason why she married. We've seen it now. We see it all the time. We see it all the time. So is this audacity? Is this audacity? And you too, wife, when you go, you want to meet your in-laws for the first time, you will cook, you will clean, you will wash plates, you will do this, you will be auditioning. You are the table, you are the value, you are choosing to get married. If somebody proposes to you and you say no, can the marriage happen? No, it can't happen. You are the one that chose to get married. So you are the one in the position of power. You are the one that is saying yes or no. But we do the proposal, even the way people react to proposals. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm like, oh, finally he proposed. Oh my god. Is that culture of devaluing the woman and elevating the man. That oh my god, he has finally oh my god, I'm going to leave singlehood. Oh my god, did. I remember my proposal. I'm a very funny human being. Oh. My husband brought her. I told you guys this story, but if you've not watched, okay, maybe I should just do it before I end this vlog. So, how did I get proposed to? It's the most unromantic yes story in the history of stories. I'm a romantic person, and I think I would have enjoyed the romantic proposal. Maybe I'm not sure, but we're having Christmas. No, not Christmas, New Year's party at my parents' house. Then my grandmother had said that usually one of my family friends, we always go to their house for New Year, or my aunties. The New Year, Christmas, we do it everywhere. That why can't we start doing it in our own house? Like why can't we start our own Christmas, New Year tradition? As if she saw the future, because That was the last Christmas we spent with her son, her first son, my uncle. And yeah, so anyway, that New Year celebration, it was in my house. The Christmas was in my cousin's house. New Year was in my parents' house. Everybody was there. My husband came, boyfriend then came, Kelechi came. And I think we had an issue because his boss wanted him to be somewhere else that day. I'm like, you are meeting my family, you're coming to spend time with me and my family. This is not a good impression to like leave the event and just go because your boss is calling. I mean, by the way, it's New Year's Day, you don't have to go and all of that. I think that's why I was a bit upset, that day. Hello, Queen Cool Gamer. Hi, hi, hi. We finished talking, so maybe you catch up, but I'm just rounding up. I'm talking about proposal and something I learned along the way about value, as in a woman valuing herself and her worth in the marriage. So, yeah. So um this story is so funny. So I was upset with him. We're just giving each other attitude kind of now because he was also worried. I know that like if your boss is asking for you, you know that it's important and stuff, but at the same time you also want to be with your girlfriend and her family and all of that stuff. So I don't know what happened. Somehow drinks finished or food finished. No, drinks. There was no water and I think soft drinks. They had finished, and so my mom now sent me to buy soft drinks. So I decided that that would be the time to just take some time away from everybody and be with my boyfriend and all of that. So I was like, okay, let's go and buy the water. Let's go and buy the stuff. So we left the event and we didn't go far. It was just down the road. In his car, went to go and buy the water. And um, I remember that I was the one organizing people to put the water in the car. So it made me more angry. Like, even what do they call it? Even water safe, you cannot stand up and come and help me. What are you doing? I was very upset, not knowing that he was nervous in the car, thinking of how he's going to propose, what he's going to propose, what he's going to say, what he's not going to say. So when I entered the car now, after putting the water in the car and asking the guys to put the water in the car and everything, I entered the car like feeling like something was off. He was sweating. The AC was on. Like he was looking very anxious, agitated, and all of that. I'm just like, bros, like, what's going on? Like, what's the issue? Like, I was like, you can't even help me with the water. I mean, me. Sometimes I've learned now, like, not every time you bring up wahala, when you're upset, not every time you bring it up. So, um, I asked him what's the problem? Next thing, I saw somebody open box. Okay, let me use this yogurt something. And he just did it like this. Can you guys see? It's washed out. He just held it like this the box to propose, like this stick. The box was open. I saw ring inside. I was looking at him, looking at the ring, looking at him. There was no leaning down, there was nobody, it was just two of us in the car. There was no thing. He just put out the ring and he was seriously sweating and scared. I think he was really scared because around the time he proposed, I had started finding God. I started learning about identity and all of that. So all that validation I used to seek in the past, that young girl behavior, all of that stuff and everything, it was in the past. Or it was getting to be in the past. So I was just like, this is why you're sweating. Okay, now give me the ring. And that was, I even asked for the ring. He did not, I said he did not propose. I collected the ring. And then he put it, I think, did he put it on my finger? I put it on my finger. I can't even remember. I looked at him and we drove back home in silence. And I didn't say anything. Then I now later showed my mom. And I found out that my mom and my sister had planned the ring, that when I was sleeping, they went to use my mom's wedding ring to use that to get my ring size. And I didn't know that all this happened behind the scenes. In fact, when I showed my dad the ring and told him that I've been proposed, my dad said no, he has to do it again, and did it in front of everybody. I said no. That apparently he even asked my brother and my sister that what kind of proposal was Sotoyen like, and they said, oh, she might like both, but she would prefer a private proposal. Whether that privacy inside car is the proposal, I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is that I have gotten to a point in my young girl life. I'm still growing in that too, but I started understanding my value. I started understanding that I am the one choosing to marry you. I could have said yes or no. And I think he even started noticing that he was the one asking me. It was not more, oh my god, I have a crush on you. Oh my god, butterflies in my stomach, nothing, nothing. It wasn't like that anymore. The tables had turned. I'd become the chick, the sought after babe. So yeah, that's just my own reasoning and all of that. So this is just a story. Some, in fact, in the moment I wasn't thinking about all these things. It's after when I started, analyzing, I started saying, wow, so okay, this is why you behave the way you behave and things you do and all of these things. So the point I'm making now is, I know this story is very cheesy and random, but the point I'm making is, please, in your relationship, you have the power. It's not a power play, but you have the power to say yes or no to how you are being treated. You have the power to say yes or no, I will accept, I will not accept these things. You have the power to say, this is my standard, I'm going to stick to it. You have the I did not realize I had the power. Before, because of, as I was saying, before how I was raised and how I was taught to be, it was a matter of somebody is doing me a favor. Somebody's elevating my status. I'm moving up in the world from Miss to Mrs. and all of that. Oh, I'm now going to be a woman, a married woman, and stuff like that. So I always felt, like somebody was doing this till things changed. And I realized that no, I can choose. So you can choose. A man that does not value you, you will see it in the big, no matter how much he wants to pretend or toast you, you see it in the way he acts, the way he behaves, the things he said, the things he says. I had a boyfriend at a point who tried to tell me that when we get married, I will go and start working in his father's shop. Mind you, I was planning to do my master's and I'll just do my second degree. So all my degree, my law degree, I will not use it. I will go and be working in the shop. That his mother works in the shop, so I'll work in the shop. That's literally how he saw it. And he said this to my hearing. That was something I picked up on. And I knew that this marriage could work. It cannot, we can't marry. No matter how far I've gone in the relationship, no matter how far I've gone sexually, whatever, because sometimes the problem with a lot of young girls is that we feel that because you have gone to a certain way, your body count is high, you have done this, you have done that, blah, 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 you must stick to this person. It's a lie. You've made mistakes, yes, you can always retrace your steps. Ask God for forgiveness if you're a praying person. We should all be praying people, by the way. If you're a Christian, ask the Lord for forgiveness and He will forgive you. Repent and get your life back together. Start again. You don't have to. There's no sexual, even if you're turning upside down in the bed, even if you've had terminated a pregnancy. Even if, I'm here to say it, even if you've terminated several pregnancies, the Lord is merciful and forgives. You don't have to. And a lot of the time, somebody that, let me not say this, but be careful the extent to which you go for a person. Especially if it's beyond your principles, beyond your standards. Be careful how much you allow. You say you marry a virgin, you will not have sex till you are married. You say, oh, you will never terminate a pregnancy. You say, oh, you will never you will always work. You want to work and earn your own money. You want to be independent in your marriage. You want someone that will take care of you, but you still want to have your own money. All these things you've said that you want to do and you want to be. Then all of a sudden, you start changing, you start dropping, you start dropping, you start dropping, you start dropping. Check. Check. Especially if the standards are good standards, right? If they are like do you understand what I'm saying? If they are up there, like it's not like you are being unrealistic or unreasonable, or you are building castles in the sky. These are good morals. This is what the Bible says to do and all of that. So you are not out of place to say this, but somehow you keep compromising. Oh, I don't sext, I'm not sexting, I'm not doing just the tip, because just the tip is to lead to pregnancy, and 9 months time you are carrying a bouncing baby boy. Anyway, that then you just in this 2023, please run. I beg you. Because I know that some young girls watch me too. I beg you. All these things. Anybody that will make you compromise your morals, your standards, your religious views, everything, take a deep breath. Because what you start accepting, what you start taking as normal, what you start dealing with, in the relationship, you will see shege in the marriage, because this person now knows that you would bring yourself down because of them. You would accept anything because you want to be with them, and so they are giving them the power. Now they can manipulate you. Now they can do all sorts of things to you. Now they know that they've cornered you because you are valuing this relationship more than your value. You're valuing the relationship more than your beliefs. And if you can compromise on something that governs you, like your standards and whatever, then you can compromise on anything, and they can do anything. They can be anyhow with you. I don't know how I started preaching. No, I don't know how I got to this point. You guys, if you are enjoying this or you're making a you guys, I don't know. You're making me um talk. But if this is making sense, please let me know. If it's making sense, please let me know. If you are enjoying this conversation, let me know too. Since you guys don't want to uh talk. Otusu, no, you were rude actually. You said something, are you insane or something? That's why I timed you out. Somebody made a point. We're having an African standard conversation that we're talking about, and I kept emphasizing, we're not talking about Hakimi and the woman. We're talking about irresponsible Nigerian men saying that their wives are not their family. That's why I had that conversation. Okay, that's why that happened. Um, so yeah, that's what happened. Um, and that's why on this place we don't insult people. We can have a conversations, we can have arguments, but we cannot insult. We cannot call somebody, are you insane or what? No, that doesn't happen on my page. Truly, you really give people permission on how to treat. Yes, hi IJ, by the way. IJ, you should join the stream now. Come and say something. Come and tell us. IJ is also a YouTuber. You guys, please check out her channel. Check out her channel. I beg. Come and gist with us. I'll put it there. Ah, come and give us gist, yeah. Yeah. Caroline, yes, can't wait to hear your voice. I've never had a voice before. I just saw your Instagram post and you were looking stressed. Ah, I went to the grocery store the other day and I planned to buy beans, and I came out with beans, this da 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 da, and I was just like, how did I get here? How did I get here? This was not the plan. Oga Osusu King, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I don't want to. I agree with you. I actually said that as well. If you watch the beginning of the stream, I said it. Oh, I agreed with you. I said the woman is a predator, quote and unquote, but don't quote me. I think that she has no business marrying a 19-year-old person. I said that already. There's no conversation there. But there's nothing like he saw right through her. If a man, because for all intents and purposes he's a man, I mean, right, the law says 18 is an adult. If you see that somebody is a gold digger or is after you, then don't marry the person, man or woman. If you see right through somebody's bad character, why are you marrying the person? It means that, and this back to the original point, it means that we do not value marriage anymore. It means that marriage means nothing to you, because if you see that, you go ahead and marry because you think that, okay, there's still an option of divorce. And that's not how God intended it. I'm a Christian woman, so I'm speaking from the Christian's perspective. Very religion cries because she's fighting sleep now. Tony says, hi, Lily Jane. Yeah. Oh, are you back? Are you watching from? Oh, okay. You're not live. Watching from the behind. Good night, Jasmine. Oh, they've gone to bed. Yeah. So how do I make? Okay. OCE says. Okay. First of all, IJ. Okay, IJ. No wahala. That's okay. Thank you for still being here, Sha. Thank you. I appreciate it. Please thumbs up the video. Give me the thumbs up. I've been talking for 1 hour 43 minutes. Oh, more. How do I make my hobby stop hiding his phone and password? He cheats and lies a lot. I mean, I'm not experienced to give advice in this area, to be very honest with you. I'm not sure. Um, Thank you for all the hearts. Everybody's sending hearts to me. People should send funds now. I send me those pounds. Barbados. What currency do they use in Barbados? I don't even know, Seth. You guys send pounds and dollars, man. Religion is turning to just joking. Anyway, OC, OC, I don't know. I'm not qualified to give you advice in that area. I don't know. Like I said in the beginning, maybe you talk to somebody about it, somebody that you trust that can talk to him. Maybe you seek out counseling if you go to church. Maybe you seek out separation for a time being because your health is important, your health is at risk. You know, a lot of things are at risk. Your mental health as well, your physical health, so that you don't get diseases and infections and things like that. Try talking to him as well, or use leave. Those are the advice. Pray, pray. The prayer is a good part to do. Pray as well. Pray. Pray to God to give you direction and tell you what to do. Somebody, I think it was Anna that said it in the beginning. Pray for direction, what to do, how to go about it. But that's the advice. That's the advice. Oh, hi Caroline.
Hey,
Finally.
Sophie. I know, right?
Hi. Hi
Hi, everyone.
everyone. I did not expect your voice to be like this.
How is it, Sophie? Productive, sultry, fun.
Are you shy?
Ah, no, I'm just hiding from my son before you hear my voice, and then come inside.
Okay.
So let
So
me
what are
hop
your
on and
thoughts
give
on the
Sophie some
situation?
support. Oh, man, I don't know. Like I was saying, some of these women they just get into it for the wrong reasons and don't think it through. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it just never ends well. But if she's innocent, no, I'm really sorry to hear about that.
I can't. You're going in and out. I can't hear you clearly. Like you sound a bit far away
Let me
from
see.
the speaker. Mm.
Might be the AirPods. Hold on.
Hmm.
Better or no?
Wait, let me try to put up the volume. Let me see if it's my end. No. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, I don't know if it's because I'm using the AirPods.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was saying, some people get into it for the wrong reasons and don't think it through, and then it ends very badly.
Mm.
And the woman always is on the losing end of the stick. So, I don't know. You have to see how to
Yeah.
place it. But they were saying something along the lines that he had something about a rape charge or something going on as well. And I think that's the part that everybody overlooking.
Yeah.
Everybody's just talking about, oh, he's up because he was smart and he made a good move and he's probably a gold digger or something. But he in the state either apparently. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And I was saying that he's actually like a suspected rapist as well. So, oh, he won. He's so smart. We are forgetting that he's potentially a criminal. We
Exactly.
are
But it's
forgetting
always
that.
it
But
always seems to be it always
yeah.
falls on the woman, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. But again, I'm
They
saying
say
I still
that's out of my tax bracket.
yeah, and I still stand behind the fact that I don't think a 31, 32-year-old woman had any business marrying a 19-year-old man or boy. I don't. Mm-mm, mm-mm. If the cases
Exactly.
were reversed, if a man married a younger
It
woman,
would be hell.
everybody will be up in arms screaming talking about it and all of that. So I that's what I started with.
Exactly.
You missed that part. I was like, no, this woman
Hmm.
had no business being in this relationship, this marriage. And even for parents to consent to this, because the same mom that had his money and his whatever in her name, for parents to consent to
Hmm.
this, you have to question it. But then again, legally, I think I don't know what country they live in, but at least in Nigeria, to be an adult, the law says you're 18. But I know that in some states to drink in the US and all of that is 21 and stuff like that. If it was 21 and she was
Exactly.
31, it's still somehow, but you can say, okay, fine. At 21, you've had some life experience, you've done some things and all. But right now, but that was not even that. Those were the
But
issues that. Hmm?
maybe that kind of played a part in the
Was it what?
mother's decision
Hmm?
to. But and I was saying maybe that played a part in the mother making the decision to, or allowing him to put his assets in her name.
Yeah,
If you think about it,
yeah.
older woman marry a younger man, it can only
Mm.
mean one thing, and the mother decided, all right, well, if that's the case, be smart about it and
You know,
go ahead. So I mean,
when I first saw the story, my initial reaction was that um perhaps it was a thing where growing up he's a football star, he's been earning some kind of money, so she has been like his guardian, right? And so all
mhm,
this money had been coming to her, because I remember like when I was going to school, when I left Nigeria to go to school in Canada, I had a bank account, but it was in my mom's name, so it wasn't in my
right,
own name.
exactly,
And then she was getting all my alerts. She knew when I was spending money and all of that kind of stuff. So I just kind of assumed that it was a situation where he was already the money was already with his mom, right? Like this.
right. So the situation never changed.
Yes, exactly. Because I don't think I can't even imagine where you feel like, oh, your wife is a gold digger. She is coming after your funds and all of that stuff and doing all these things. And then the first instinct is, oh, let me transfer all my assets to my mom. Sounds a bit
Exactly. Like I
Sounds a
said, the more
bit.
you talk about it, the more you find like different angles to it.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. It just
but
sounds a
then at
bit.
the same time, as a wife, like how could you not know that? How
Yeah,
could you
that's
not know that all his assets
true.
are in his mother's name? So
Mm, yeah.
these people,
Hi,
man.
me kitchen direct. Nice to see you again. Yeah, so that's basically it. But my reaction is not even necessarily their story per se. Like I was saying, it was doing this live was because of the reaction of Nigerian men on the internet and how
Mhm.
triggered them, and they were all excited and saying, yes, this is how it's
Trust me,
supposed.
it's not only Nigeria, all over. Man, we're like, oh my God, we are winning. That was a good move. Let me think about it. But
Mm.
just
And
cheering it on. They're real happy. Like, wow.
yeah, and then somebody here is even sharing her own story of how, like, she's dealing with stuff like that. You don't have access to anything. They don't want you to work, and yet they don't want to support you. So, I mean,
She's in a tough situation.
mm,
I don't know. Unless she's willing to go ahead and find something to do that makes enough for her to
mm,
contribute. Because I think she was saying that he wanted her to contribute if she
mm,
was making money. So unless
mm,
she's willing to find something to do, allow her
mm-hmm,
nothing come to
yeah,
provide like school fees and stuff like that.
yeah.
Which seeming to be the only solution for her right now. So
I hope
hopefully
we'll
it
see.
works out.
We'll see. I hope it works out for you. I just pray for you. I hope it works out and everything is fine. And yeah, so I think thanks Caroline for joining me. At least one person.
You're
I
welcome. The begging got me. I said, oh no, no, no. My soul, he cannot go down like this. I have to.
Thank you so much. So yeah, we're just gonna round up. I have to go check on Hobby. He just got back. So I've been at
Okay.
this for almost 2 hours now. So yeah, if anybody wants to say anything else, you can come up and say something and join the chat. Oh yes,
It's only like after 3 p.m. here, so
I
day
beg
is
your
still
pardon.
going for me. Like I said, it's only after 3 o'clock here, so
Oh,
day
okay,
still
this
going
is
for me.
almost is 8:28, 8:28 p.m. here.
Wow.
So it's almost nine. Yeah,
Okay. Like,
9. Yeah.
four or
So
5 hour difference.
and I have to pack up. He bought some groceries, so I have to take it in and all of that. So yeah, I got some stuff to do. Almost.
Well, it was fun.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm glad I heard your voice. This is what I actually like. People that I
Yeah.
chat.
Oh, yeah. This is true. We have
Yeah, this
never
is
chatted
like we're
face to
speaking.
face
Yeah,
before. Yeah.
yeah. People that I always chat with, I like to like get to know them a little bit better, so that it's not just a one-way thing. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Say hi to your kiddos for
You're
me.
welcome, my salty. Oh,
Bye.
I'm running from them currently. Okay.
Okay. Ah. Okay, hi Yomi Kitchen Direct. I actually love when you're on my live. You're always, yeah, you're almost always here. Thank you so much. Yes, you missed, but you can catch up. Like, we got this. We're here. So thank you, everybody. Um, I really enjoyed talking about this because it was really on my heart. And there's no video, like sit down video, I would have thought that would have been enough to express myself, because this issue is something Nigerian women. I'm tired of talking about it, but I will never be tired. Just, I know that it's a global issue, but you see, these Nigerian African women, we are much more than they give us credit for. So we always have to um um we always have to put our best foot forward, make the right decisions, because marriage is destiny. Marriage is destiny. Like, a lot of, if you were a shooting star and you marry the wrong person, it's so easy to come back down. It's so easy to turn into a meteor and just be coming back down. If that makes any sense, if that analogy makes any sense. So we need to try to make the right choices. Sometimes even when you get divorced, it takes years to get yourself back. It takes a lot of stuff. Like, okay, you made a mistake. You wanna, you also need support. You need a lot of things. Yeah. So my guys, yeah, that's it for me. Oh, so I pray for everyone here. Um, that when you're in your marriage, when you're looking for a spouse, when you're doing this, that you're consulting God and the Lord will lead you to who you're supposed to marry. And those of us that are married, I pray that the Lord gives us direction and teaches us, gives us wisdom on how to handle some of these things. Please, please, please don't marry your enemy. If you're married to your enemy, there are options. I already said all of them. Pray hard, seek counseling, seek therapy, leave the marriage. All of that is valid. Okay, it is all valid. It is your choice. You can do as you wish. So yeah, I think that's it for me. If nobody else has anything else to contribute, I know there are just 12 of you left, 13 of you left. Nobody else has anything to say, I think we can end it. Um, if that's okay with you guys, so let me know. I'll just wait for a few seconds so we can end the live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There should be a video too. Tomorrow is Sunday. I've not even edited tomorrow's video now. Wow. I'll go and edit it now, you guys. I forgot that I've not edited. It's supposed to be Easter video. We did went for Easter egg hunt and stuff like that with Nello, Adese, my other friend Amaka, all our kids. I made one kind of rice like this. It's just a simple vlog, but yeah, I'll edit it to that before I go to bed because I'm busy tomorrow. All right, guys. So since nobody else saying anything, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for participating. Thank you for being here with me. And I'll see you guys in my next video, my next live. All right. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Bye bye. I'm trying to end it.